Now, one person we did hear from today for the first time, Karen Reed herself, doubling down, of course, saying she did not do this. She wants to know who did.
Said it feels we're the only ones fighting for the truth of what happened to John O'Keefe. And me and my family and my attorneys and my team have marshaled every resource to get to the truth. It just feels like no one else wants it.
Karen, just to be clear, you didn't do it.
We know who did it, Steve. We know. And we know who spearheaded this cover-up. You all know.
Yes, we do.
And no, she didn't do it. No, she didn't do it. This is an innocent woman. She didn't do it.
I tried to save his life.
Yeah.
I tried to save his life at 6 in the morning. I was covered in the only one trying to save his life.
Why'd you admit to it?
She didn't admit to it. She didn't admit to anything close to that. Nothing close to that. And you should know that.
That was like 3 or 4 times she admitted to it.
No, she didn't.
That's not true.
She asked a question. She asked a question, which is very different. She didn't admit to anything.
Let's go.
You are listening to the Roberta Glass True Crime Report, putting the true back in true crime. From New York City, Roberta Glass is now on the record.
Okay, how is everybody? I was just at the society page and I wanted to talk about how these kind of innocence fraud lawyers get ideas from each other. So I was at watching Donna Adelson's trial. And now Dan Rashbaum, who represented Charlie Adelson, wants to move the courtroom to a smaller courtroom. Where did he get that idea? Shocker, right? Same idea, keep people out, keep support for Dan Markel, the victim in this case, out of the courtroom. I'm just so disgusted with these lawyers. I just can't, I don't know what to tell you. So it's something I've been saying. They all take notes. Every innocence fraud campaign informs the next one. You're not doing anything that's original. And of course, this is a little bit different because they started this disinformation campaign pre-trial. Most innocence fraud campaigns are done post-trial, but I think this is going to be now with Karen Reed, a strategy that's used. Misinform the public, harass victims, victims' family members, and harass dissenters and harass witnesses.
I'm out for the Commonwealth. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good morning. Good afternoon, Mr. Miller. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Laura McLaughlin for the Commonwealth. Good afternoon, Mr. McLaughlin.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Dr. Weinberg, appearing on behalf of Karen.
Good afternoon, Mr. Weinberg. It's nice to see you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Dina Ginetti for Karen Reed.
Good afternoon, Ms. Ginetti. Good afternoon, Ms. Reed. All right, so the case is scheduled today for trial assignment, and what I'd like to do is to get 3 dates. I'm aware that a motion to dismiss has been filed. I'd like to get a quick date on that, and I'm glad you're here, Mr. Weinberg, because I'd like it to be with your schedule. Then we need a trial date, and we need a final trial conference. So I was thinking on the motion to dismiss, can we do it a week from Friday? It would be for oral argument only.
From the defendant's perspective, yes, Your Honor.
All right, I think that's August 2nd. Mr. Clerk.
I'm going to be out of state. I return on August 3rd.
Okay. August 9th? Are you available? 2 o'clock. Are you available, Mr. Weinberg, on August 9th? Mr. Lally, is the Commonwealth available on August 9th?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so that's for oral argument only, okay?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. All right, so given the schedule, and I assume whatever I end up doing on the motion to dismiss will be appealed. In an effort to make sure we have plenty of time, I would like to schedule the jury trial on January 27th. Is the Commonwealth available?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Mr. Eddie?
That should be fine.
Okay, so January 27th for trial. And let's do the final trial conference the week of the 13th or even the week of the 6th. Do you have the calendar, Mr. Clerk, or any of those days?
Yeah, there's nothing, just not the 9th or the 16th, but all the days are open.
Your Honor, the only caveat, I don't have anything on the 27th. I'm clear for that date, but for the fact that I have a Superior Court trial scheduled to begin in Essex County on January 13th. There are multiple.
How long do you expect it to take?
That's what I was getting to. That could take longer than 2 weeks. I'm happy to have this case take priority over that, but that's.
No, we'll hold it for you day to day if need be, and I can contact the Essex Superior Court judge once you know who he or she is.
Yeah, that's not ideal. In terms of preparing for trial, I can't do 2 or 3 week Superior Court trial and then jump into this case. I can't do that.
Okay? So what are you telling me? You just said you're willing to make this a priority, so we'll stick with the 27th?
Well, okay. Well, why don't we do this? Let's put it on for the 27th. Let me see if I can make peace in Essex County. And then on the next date, when we come back to oral argument, I can readdress the court on that issue.
Okay, I'm happy to talk to Judge McCarthy, who's the garage up there, about this.
It's yeah, okay, that's great.
All right, so let's set it for the 27th. And why don't we do the 14th for final trial conference?
The 14th at 9 or 2?
2. If it turns out that we have, in excess of 35 or whatever motions eliminate still at that point, let us know and we will try and get the whole day. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All eyes to the court, please. 8, 9, and 2 p.m.
Okay, maybe a world record shortest hearing.
Goodbye.
Always smiling. Karen Reed, the happiest accused murderer in all of the land, in all of Massachusetts, certainly. So I think that's it. Oh, no. All right. That was the whole thing, the world record for shortest hearing. I used to went to all the early NXIVM hearings, pretty much every single one. They were super interesting. They've been forgotten in time. And they always took a little bit longer than that. I'll tell you that much. That was world record short. Turn down your headphones. I hope I didn't blow out your ears. I just wanted to show you just a couple things that were interesting. Karen Reed entering the courthouse again, treated like a celebrity. Let's just take a look at this. There, that's her new lawyer, Weinberger, I think his name is. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Go, Karen.
So as I'm watching this, I'm thinking that, the Boston Red Sox have to start winning, because this has become the new sports event in Massachusetts, supporting Karen Reed, supporting accused murderer. I mean, I find it so embarrassing for these people with their signs and their pink dresses and shirts, and they rather spend their money shoveling it to accused murderer and on getting the shirts supporting an accused murderer and following the court events than going to a baseball game. That's what it's become. That's what our court system has become. It's become entertainment. Our news has become entertainment, and they've jumped aboard. And I don't know if any of you remember, in the 80s and 90s, there was a swell of support for convicted and accused child abusers, sexual abusers. And they would say it's a moral panic, that they would blame the therapists of these children, say they didn't know what they can't remember. They were so influenced by the therapists, daycare cases, and the media would jump on board, and they go behind memory experts like Dr. Elizabeth Loftus, and she'd win award after award and get promoted and promoted. Books would be written about moral panics, and there's a great book about all these daycare cases and support for accused pedophiles like Frank Fuster, one of the worst. PBS did 2 innocence fraud documentaries supporting him, and then things changed where it became, we learned more about child abuse, or I don't think it's that we didn't know about child abuse, but I think some of these studies became, the problems with some of these studies that this narrative was based on got really exposed. I think that the Me Too movement came in. It was no longer really fashionable to support accused sexual abusers. And that really changed the whole flavor of the country. So now Elizabeth Loftus, who supported both murderers and sexual abusers like Weinstein, Sandusky, Bill Cosby, but also she's worked on Ted Bundy, the Night Stalker, the Menendez brothers. She's not looked down upon. She's not no longer in fashion because of all the murderers she supported. Tim Hennis, she really got him out of prison with her testimony in the second trial. Went around to all these Innocence Project type events, hosting him around. She has a picture of him in her book. But what really has brought her down, NYU canceled her speaking event because she supported and testified for Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby. So I don't know when it's going to go out of fashion to support accused murderers But it seems like it's okay to platform support convicted murderers, but it would not be socially okay to platform an accused or convicted sexual rapist, abuser, child rapist, or otherwise. So that's where we're at. So I'm hoping times change, and what makes the difference is when the press decides that they've had enough. It's when the press turns. So much of innocence fraud is based on our press. So this is a movement really like organized crime done by corrupt, lying lawyers and picked up by our ambitious media who are either ideologically aligned, morally vacant, don't care, and just want to advance their own career and write a story that's usually written for them by the defense attorney. So hopefully that'll change. That's really what I have for today. Wait, I think I have one more thing I want to show you. Hold on one second, which was right before this started. Hold on one hot minute, guys. There were two sides playing music. There were their own free Karen Reed music and anti-Karen Reed music protesting before this. So I wanted to just show you guys a little clip before I go. I was sad that they unfortunately didn't play my hit single. I hit my boyfriend with my car.
Karen belongs in prison till lights get his clothes. She screamed, I hit him. Karen is guilty. All your money can't change reality. You did this, it's plain to see. The car stomped on the gas, lied to the public to save her butt. She did it. She did it. We know who did it. It was Karen Reed. Say it with me. Karen is guilty. Louder. Say it with me. Can't change reality. You did this, it's plain to see. Dad, I think I struck something. Yeah, that something was your boyfriend.
It's great.
Karen belongs in prison till lights get his clothes. She screamed, I hit him. Karen is guilty. All your money can't change reality. You did this, it's plain to see.
So that's great. I'm with them in spirit. I wish I could be there in person to hold my sign and support along. Fortunately, I don't live near there. But great work, guys. Even a handful of people makes such a difference. So that's what I have to say. Hopefully they'll be around for the next trial in January. It'll be awfully cold. I guess all the free Karen Reed people are stocking up on pink puffy coats, warm coats. All right. Have a great day, everybody. I'm off. I think I'm off tonight, but I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. Have a great day, everybody.